asking you to please film off the property. Otherwise, I'll have Carson SO come tell you to get off the property.
I'm telling you that right now, under NRS 197-200, you're oppressing my rights under the color of law. Your qualified immunity may not exist.
Okay, you can't come on the state's property. We're not allowing you on there. You're also not wearing the right colors for that. If you wear a blue shirt, we can mistake you for an inmate.
Trespassing on state property.
Is this?
You are in an unauthorized position property.
Put that down. Put your hands behind your back.
The First Amendment supposedly explicitly guarantees certain rights, including the freedom of press and speech. Those two rights can't even be abridged or curtailed by Congress, let alone street cops who profess to exist for the sole purpose of protecting those rights. Auditing Reno 9/11 was filming from a public roadway on August 30th, 2022, filming the Northern Nevada Correctional Center along this roadway. That's when he first encountered Lieutenant Ryer, who said that this road is not a public roadway, but that it belongs to the prison.
What's your name?
Lieutenant Ryer, what can we do for you?
I'm just taking pictures and filming.
Okay, could you do it off the property, please?
Is this a public roadway?
No, this is not a public roadway.
Where does it say
this belongs to the prison, sir. I need you to film off our property.
Where does it say no trespassing?
Sir, I'm asking you to please film off the property. Otherwise, I'll have Carson SO come tell you to get off the property.
Well, can you show me where it says no trespassing?
No, sir, I'm not showing you anything. I'm telling you, you need to leave the property.
Well, then if there's no...
I'm a sworn peace officer for the state of Nevada,
I appreciate that.
It's not an unlawful order, so could I please get you to go off the property?
If it's not an unlawful... It's not an unlawful...
Sir, yes or no, so I can call Carson SO.
Well, let me ask him. You're saying I don't get to ask questions.
I will call Carson SO and let them know.
Okay. Tell them that I'm exercising my constitutional rights.
Lieutenant Ryer now partially blocks the road in a perpendicular fashion, and another corrections employee driving a white Jeep pulls up behind Reno's truck. Auditing Reno parks his truck right about here along the side of what appears to be a public access road to see if there are any signs that prohibit people from entering. There were no signs. He even walked on the other side of Snyder Avenue to double check and make sure there were no official signs posted anywhere. As a matter of fact, Google Earth shows us that this street view imagery taken in August 2023 still doesn't show any prohibitive signs posted. Therefore, this is a public access road, and Lieutenant Ryer was either misinformed or he's lying. Auditing Reno then walks back down the road, past the Jeep, past his truck to talk to Lieutenant Ryer.
Yes, sir.
And what was your name again?
Lieutenant Ryer, I already told you, sir.
And do you have a badge number?
Ryer.
Need a minute, sir.
Do you have a badge number? Please identify. Let's look in the back of the van here. Thank God I'm not back here. Closing the window.
Yes, sir.
And what's your badge number?
10,300.
10,300, okay. So just to let you know what I'm involved in.
Sir, I'm not worried about what you're involved in. You're on our property. I need you to leave. I have nothing else to say.
Again, where are the... Okay. I'm going to go keep walking then, okay?
Auditing Reno then takes another walk down the road toward the facility, doesn't see any signs posted, and goes back to Lieutenant Ryer's vehicle.
Okay, so I'm going to say it real loud with your roll-up window. So I'd like you to read Fordyce versus Seattle. That's case law.
Sir, I've already...
Hang on, I'm telling you that right now under NRS 197-200, you're oppressing my rights under the color of law. So your qualified immunity may not exist. It's a violation of constitutional rights under federal law on the criminal side of Title 18 USC 242. 241 is conspiracy when you bring two or more into it to violate constitutional rights. I'm exercising my constitutional right to film in public. The most recent court, the 10th Circuit in July 22nd, in Izari versus Yahia. So that's your case law for what I'm doing. You have a nice day.
Auditing Reno now begins his trek down the road away from his vehicle and away from Ryer and the other guy until he meets Shift Sergeant Smith, where Reno states his purpose and asks if there are any restrictions.
I am good. How are you? What? Could I hang on a second? Let me get a little closer so I can hear you. What's your name and your badge number?
I'm Sergeant Smith.
Sergeant Smith?
Yes, sir.
And your number?
I don't have a badge number. I have an employee ID number, 38095.
38095. Thank you.
Can I ask what you're doing out here?
I'm exercising my constitutional right to film in public and to disseminate the information as a member of the press.
Okay, I can only let you go so far, sir. You can't come on the state's property. We're not allowing you on there. You're also not wearing the right colors for that. If you wear a blue shirt, we can mistake you for an inmate.
Well, let me ask you a question here. Is this a public road?
This is the state's owned road.
So the state owns this road?
I believe they do, yes.
Okay. Are there any no trespassing signs from?
I don't know. Did you see any on your way in, sir?
I documented everything, and there are no trespassing signs that I can find. Do you have any posted that I may have missed?
I'm unaware. If you can go back there and check, you're more than willing to go back there.
I've already documented my 2 cameras.
Okay.
To make sure I'm not violating any laws.
Right.
So, is this a publicly funded road, open to the public? And if I'm a visitor, can I come down this road and park?
Are you here to visit an inmate?
I'm here to do my business.
Okay. Well, I will let you know, sir, that we have called the sheriff's department.
Okay.
And they will be on their way.
Okay.
This is a state facility. It's a correctional center, and we
I understand
have
that.
guys walking around here filming for safety reasons.
Well, no, I don't want to go in any secured area. I don't want to go in anywhere that says authorized personnel only. I only want to go into publicly accessible areas. That's why I'm very conscious of asking you if there's trespassing signs. That's why I'm trying to make sure I'm engaging with you and telling you exactly what I'm doing.
Right.
I'm not avoiding you. As you mentioned, I'm wearing a blue shirt. I've never been to this prison before. I don't know what your rules are on the inside, but the rules on the inside, I haven't been convicted of anything, and I'm exercising a constitutional right.
No, I understand that.
So if you want to interfere with that constitutional right, you're probably going to lose qualified immunity, and I'd rather educate than litigate. So I'd much rather discuss this with you and try to explain to you what my rights are, or anybody else's rights are with the camera.
Okay.
Okay, so do you want to interfere with me accessing a public roadway?
You can access a public roadway if you believe this is a public roadway, by all means. But I'm refusing to let you on the state's property.
Oh, I don't want on the state's property. Anywhere that the public can go here, I should be able to go, right?
100%.
So where does the state's property begin that's not public?
Well, the state actually owns the land that you're actually standing on.
Oh, the state owns all this land.
Yes,
But there's a difference between restricted areas, which this has a lot of restricted areas, and I don't want to go near any of those. And it has a lot of publicly accessible areas like this public road that I haven't gotten down to yet, where I could go even check in at your office if I wanted to check in, right?
If you had business, absolutely.
Well, so you're saying the First Amendment is not business?
Excuse me?
You're saying that the First Amendment of the Constitution, freedom of the press, freedom of the people, to gather information and disseminate it to others.
You coming into my office is conducting that business. You're coming into the secured location if you're coming into my office. Absolutely.
Have I come into your secured location?
You were saying you could come into my secured location.
No,
those were your words.
If I came into your office, if it's open to the public, is not a secured
my
location.
office is not open to the public.
Then I won't go in there.
100%.
But if I were to go into an area that's open to the public, say if I wanted to check in to visit somebody, that's open to the public, right?
Have you submitted a visiting application?
I don't know the rules yet. That's why I came here to show what you need to do to be here.
A visiting application is needed.
I don't know what's required here. I'm coming here to find out what's required. So shouldn't the public be able to get to the front door to a publicly accessible area to find out what your rules are?
You can have visiting applications sent to you by our offenders here.
Okay.
You can also go to building 17 over here to gather that information and more
But
content if
see,
you want.
is that clearly marked anywhere on the road driving up here?
It says right on the road.
I didn't see it.
Go right back out and make a left. It'll be on your left-hand side.
I didn't see it. It was clearly marked for me driving along.
Did
I
you
saw.
document it in your
Oh,
video?
I record everything. Yes.
So did you document that our main building is right over here?
I didn't even see that over there, and I'm not seeing a main building right over there.
That's what I told you. Go out there up to the road, make a left. It's about an eighth of a mile down the road.
Right. The only sign that I really noticed coming up here is it says no trucks on Edmonds Way. But other than that, I didn't see any signs for anything else. But other than that, I'd like to continue down the public roadway to any public parking to where visitors may park and see what they go through to come and see their friends and family that may be incarcerated inside. Is that illegal? Are you going to permit me to do that?
Have I stated I was going to?
I'm asking, you're standing in my way, impeding my path.
There's many ways you can walk
Well,
around.
I want to stay very close to the, I'm trying to purposely stay close to the roadway.
Okay.
And the reason for that is I don't want to go off the public easement. Like there's a fence right there. I wouldn't go past that fence, but I don't even want to go close to the fence because I'm not certain in my brain of exactly how far the easement from the state-funded road comes over. So that's
So
that's where I'm trying.
Coming into it.
No, I've done research, but I need to make sure. There's always an easement, a public easement with a roadway.
So you didn't completely do your research to find out where it ended.
I haven't done is it 30 feet or 40 feet or 60 feet? I'm certain that I'm within 2 feet of the road, I'm safe.
Okay.
And if you need to arrest me because you think I've trespassed, or actually you can't arrest me because there are no signs anywhere, and I haven't been trespassed, and can you trespass me?
I was going to arrest you.
I'm just trying to be very clear in what can happen here. So I'm trying to be very clear. This is a public road, right?
This is a public road.
This is a public roadway, yes. Where we're standing, and I'm within inches of it, right? I'm within inches of the roadway. Therefore, I won't be hit by cars, hopefully. So if I keep walking, are you going to interfere with me?
I'm not going to interfere with you.
Okay, thank you.
Auditing Reno now makes his way up the road, taking note of any possible signage indicating a restricted area. Then he takes a left into the parking lot when out comes the guy who says he's a warden.
Hey, excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
How may I help you?
I'm just taking pictures.
No, sir, you cannot do this. I'm the warden of this complex.
Oh, good. What's your name, sir? Hang on, let me get closer so I can hear you, sir. Let me get closer so I can hear you. Can I get closer so I can hear you? Can I get closer so I can hear you?
No, sir.
Oh, I can't get closer so I can hear you.
I'm going to ask you to remove yourself from the property.
Okay, is this
Trespassing on state property.
Is this-
You are in an unauthorized position property, sir.
okay?
I need you to remove yourself from the premises, sir.
And
Sir,
what's your name, sir?
Sir, I need you to remove yourself
Sir,
from the
what's
premises.
your name, sir?
Because you're not authorized to be on the property.
Sir, what's your name?
This is a state property.
Sir,
I'm
what's?
asking you. Have we called the little luck boy?
Yeah, he's right here.
This gentleman is trespassing on the property, and he refuses to remove himself.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you from that far away.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
and sir-
This gentleman is trespassing on the property.
Sir, can you identify yourself?
I'm the warden of the company.
And what's your name?
So I'm asking him to be removed as a trespasser.
Sir, what is your name? You've engaged with me, sir. What is your name?
He came onto the property without permission.
Sir, what is your name?
Is the facilities on lockdown?
Yes,
because
it is.
It's disrupting operations.
This is disrupting operation.
Sir, what is your name?
Okay. Put that down. Put your hands behind your back.
Okay.
He is creating disturbance on the property.
I'm not going to risk these guys at all.
Now, before Deputy Bueno, and we'll find out it should be no bueno, before this deputy goes hands-on, it should be noted that this guy, who claimed to be a warden of the complex, is nowhere to be found on the Northern Nevada Correctional Center website. There are 3 wardens, but he's not one of them. There's Tim Garrett, who's the main warden, and Robert Hartman and John Henley, who are associate wardens. But there are no pictures of this guy anywhere on the website. Was he lying? Is he a janitor? Is he an inmate with privileges? Is there a penalty for impersonating a corrections facility warden? Inquiring minds want to know. Let's take a closer look at how Carson City Deputy Jason No Bueno responds to this whole situation, beginning with his interaction with Sergeant Smith before apprehending Auditing Reno.
Where's he at?
Hold it, sir. That was my warden. If you guys create a case number.
He's on foot?
Yeah, he's on foot. He parked his truck here. There's no parking signs right here.
Did you guys contact him at all?
I did. I tried talking to him. I was like, we're not going to let you on the state property, so you're going to impede my right. I was like, I'm just letting you know, I've notified deputies. They're going to come here.
What did he say? Did he give a reason at all?
He's just exercising his First Amendment rights.
Just, okay.
I have to lock down my whole yard. My camp's locked down. We have to go in the community and pull the inmates off the community in case it's an attempted escape. So it's a big fiasco for us. We don't have any no trespassing signs up, obviously, because we got...
But as far as the prison property goes, I mean, you guys have discretion to have people leave when it comes to...
100%.
Yeah. Okay.
So he said this is a public roadway, which in fact it is a public roadway because you've got visitors coming and going, obviously. Yeah. But when it comes down to it, like I asked him, I was like, are you here for a visit? He said, I don't know the process. I said, you need a visiting form. You can get those from an offender, can send them to you, or you can get them from our main building over here at 5500. And he said, well, I need to go down there and figure it out. I said, you are not allowed in any buildings. He said, are you going to impede my way? I said, no, I'm not. But I also don't know where, because this is the first time we've encountered it. So I don't know what our options are. We want it gone.
Well, it's a prison. I mean, if
you guys can trespass them from the property.
Easily.
Yeah, no, I'm the shift sergeant right now. We 100% want them off.
Okay, let's go contact them real quick.
All right, so let's break this down. The one guy says, we want him gone. Bueno says, you can trespass him off the property. And then Shift Sergeant Smith says, we 100% want him off. Even though they just got done admitting there are no parking, nor are there any no trespassing signs. The man is on the side of a public roadway, and they understand that he's exercising his American rights. They admit to all this on camera, and instead of backing down and saying, well, he's not only not doing anything wrong, he's exercising his right, and we're going to protect that right. Rather than doing that, let's see what Deputy Bueno actually does.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you from that far away.
I'm sorry. This gentleman is trespassing on the property.
Okay.
He
Identify yourself.
I'm the warden of the complex.
And what's your name?
So I'm asking him to be removed as a trespasser.
Sir,
he
what
doesn't
is your
have
name?
authorization to be on the property.
Understood.
He's not an employee here. He came onto the property without permission.
Sir,
And
what
my
is your
understanding is the facility is on lockdown because
Yes,
of
it
this.
is.
This is disrupting operations.
This is disrupting operation.
Okay.
Sir, what is your name?
Okay. Put that down. Put your hands behind your back.
Okay.
Disturbance on the property.
I'm not going to receive this guys at all. Okay. Can I advise you one thing?
No, you may not. Right now, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can maybe use against you in a court.
NRS
You have
197-200.
Excuse me, I didn't interrupt you, did I?
NRS
Okay, if you don't want to hear your rights, then we're not going to talk about it.
Well, NRS 197-200, so you're not going to blame that.
Okay, I'm not going to ask you any questions. Step over to my vehicle.
Okay.
443-1 detained.
So I'm detained. Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're in custody at this point.
Yes, I'm just asking questions.
Okay, go ahead and spread your feet apart.
Well, in here if you want to get in there.
Thank you. We're going to get everything now with the search incident to arrest.
And what am I being arrested for?
You're being arrested for trespassing.
Okay, so where was the no trespassing signs?
Go ahead.
Were there no trespassing signs?
I'll explain everything to you, but right now you're not under Miranda, so I'm not going to ask you any questions.
I'm just asking you questions.
Well, you don't have a right to ask me questions at this point. You have a right to get in the car.
I'm doing what you say, sir. What's the best way to do this?
Hop on in there.
Can I twist this way?
Yep. There you go. Gonna shut that off if you want. Okay, so my understanding is he's on state property, and you guys, what's the big sign over there say when you guys are coming in? Is that like a search thing?
No tobacco, no entrance, but all individuals that report onto the property, they have to still be cleared to come onto the property with proper notification. He just wanders on the property and refused to acknowledge himself. He refused to adhere to the command of you need to leave the property because this is a prison. It's not a
This is not like a DMV downtown or something.
No.
This isn't the post office. This isn't the sheriff's office.
This is a secure facility.
There's no Freedom of Information Act request here.
So,
Okay.
whatever we need.
We need some statements,
I'll be happy to.
so that way we have someone from the state here, that's going to press.
Got no problem.
And then we're going to have to probably tow his truck too.
Yeah.
Well, he's in custody now.
Yeah, toaster.
Okay. You need to stay on scene to get the statements and the tow.
And I'll work on that.
Okay. So my partner's gonna get the statements. Is there any other specific NRS that's applicable as far as it comes to on the trespassing on the prison or something like that?
You guys have a card on you?
What's that?
You have a card on you?
Yeah.
I'll pull it up and email it directly to you.
All the information. And because again, every individual that comes onto this property, they have to be clear to come onto the property.
Okay. And where are they supposed to check in? Is it the gatehouse? Is it visiting?
Actually, we received notice through the administration,
Okay.
which would in turn be the gatehouse, and the individual would be notified who's coming onto the property.
Okay.
So that's why you just can't show up and just start, and definitely not taking photos or whatever.
Okay.
Not a problem.
So who all had contact with him? Was it?
I'm here as a warden because I'm
Okay.
the warden, so I did. That's why I came out.
I'll probably.
So definitely.
I think the warden would obviously carry some weight as far as you made contact with him.
Yep.
I mean, not just saying that you guys don't carry weight as well as your authority on the property, but if we have you guys do a statement,
I am.
and then we'll get the 51 going, and then I'll book him.
Did he give you his name?
We have it off of his. We have his wallet there, and then we have his registration off the vehicle.
Can I get that?
Yeah, for sure.
I'll be notified.
Do you have a second? So, do you have that other charge you were talking about? Because I'm gonna take him in now.
I don't have it handy. I don't recall the NRS off the top of my head.
I'm working for you.
Do you want written statements or is it good for?
Well, I need written statements. Yeah, they're going to be on our statement form.
That's what I was figuring when he talked.
I'm sure he's probably one of those advocacy groups.
I'm sure he is, and I don't really care about his agenda. I just care about that obviously he's disrupting the flow of business here. We routinely contact suspicious vehicles that are on the property because obviously it's a flight risk or anything else. For sure. I've even been here when a plane landed on the backfield years ago. Let me make sure my partners bring in statements. Okay.
And here's where Officer No Bueno rolls up the window on a 95-degree Nevada day. According to Auditing Reno, there were no vents blowing in the back. And if that's true, then he was hotboxed on a 95-degree day for about 14 minutes, according to the body cam. As Bueno lets him out, notice his skin is red and he's pretty sweaty. Probably not something that would be happening if he was back there in air-conditioned comfort.
All right, come on this way. Have a seat in that blue chair, or it used to be a blue chair. Right there.
Black chair.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi.
Uh-oh. Dropping dimes on you. A little sweaty back there.
A little bit.
Is the air running?
No.
wasn't?
I think you're trying to hotbox me.
I had the air back there going.
Well, you rolled up the window that left a breeze.
What's that?
You rolled up the window that left a breeze, so like I said,
Yeah,
I
usually
think
do that
you were
because
just
the air
trying to hotbox
conditioning,
me.
so it's nice and cool in here.
You really do need to go read the 10th Circuit Court July
No,
22nd
I'm
opinion.
not going into any court today. I'm looking you
Izari
for
versus you.
misdemeanor
Yeah.
charges.
No, I understand. I understand
do
what
your
you're doing, but you arrested me for filming in public.
No, I did not.
What did you arrest me for?
I
then?
told you.
Well-
Trespassing and obstructing.
How did I obstruct?
Hey, I'm not going to get into it.
I
I'm sure
just-
that you have a big plan and idea
No,
of the
I
narrative
don't.
in your mind.
I don't
You can
really.
let that play out. Okay.
I'm just asking you questions based on the actions
You were
right now.
asked to leave, and you were asked several times by the warden and by the supervision of the facility, and you refused. You refused to identify yourself. You're required to give your name.
I refused to identify myself. That's
Okay. And
nobody
that's
ever
gonna be
asked.
in-
Nobody
gonna be in
ever
that
asked.
statement?
Nobody ever asked me to identify.
Okay, well, that's
And when
gonna
I
be in that
asked,
statement.
when I asked the warden
Listen,
to
I'm
identify,
going to just tell you something. I'm
My-
not going to argue with you.
I'm not trying to argue. I'm trying
You
to
can
get
do
answers
this in
to
court
questions.
later on. I don't care what you have to say right
I'm
now
trying
about
to get
that.
answers to questions.
Okay?
So
I'm
what
not answering your
legal-
questions.
What law did I break to be
I
trespassed
explained
from
that to you.
public
I
property?
explained that to you.
What law did I break?
I'm not going to debate anymore. It's clear
There's
that
no
you're just
debate.
in this for an argument, and that's fine.
I'm not trying to argue.
That's
I'm just
not what
trying to
we're
get
doing
your
today.
answer to a question.
Okay?
Is
That's
what?
not what's going to happen today.
And how did I obstruct? What physical action did I take to obstruct?
I explained my situation to you. I'm not going to explain it again.
I understand, but obstruction comes with a
Listen, all I can do is explain it to you. I can't understand it for you.
Physical or a threat.
So just do your thing now.
Well, no, you need to write it down and articulate it, so I'm trying to understand how you're going to
Yeah, I've
articulate
been doing this for 17 years.
I appreciate that. And like I said, I'm
Thank
just
you for
asking.
letting me know I need to articulate the report. I appreciate it.
And that is how easy it is for cops. All they have to do is make a bogus accusation without substantiation. The reason he doesn't want to articulate it is because if he attempted to formulate a coherent argument in order to attempt to justify the arrest, he would come to an obvious conclusion that he would have to suppress with cognitive dissonance. And that's far too uncomfortable for tyrants to want to do. Auditing Reno 911 posted bail, which was $879. And they ran him through this biometric body scanner, which is totally ridiculous. There's no telling what they're radiating people with. 477 days later, on December 20th, 2023, the case against Auditing Reno 911 was dismissed. Now he's moving forward to hold the cops who violated his rights accountable. I'll leave the link to Auditing Reno 911 in the description, and let them know Here's the Deal sent you. If you like these commentary videos, maybe you'll like some of my others. Subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you want to support the channel further, grab a shirt, become a channel member, but more importantly, familiarize yourself with your rights. Know your rights and exercise your rights. If you don't exercise those rights, you'll lose them. I'll see you in the next video.